Let's get right into a little bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books for the weekend. And I'll tell you what, it was one of those all-timers. We hadn't had one all year like this. Clemson minus 9.5 versus Florida State. Clemson hadn't covered a point spread literally all year, one of two teams in college football. Missouri still hasn't. But Clemson commits 3 turnovers. They kick field goals to get a scoring touchdown. They never sniffed a cover. And then Florida State tried the lateral stuff on the last play. Equals Clemson touchdown, equals Tigers win by 10 with no extra point. The total was 47.5. That was the second fumble return for the touchdown of the game. 30-20 final. Game goes over. Clemson covers. And I don't care which way you want to look at it. It's one of the worst beats of the season. If you had Florida State plus the points, and no fun if you had the under in that game either. How about BYU -1 first half, late Saturday night? They led 21-0 before the first half of the first quarter was over. They blew that lead, and they trailed 35-31 with less than 2 minutes left in the first half. Then they scored a TD to take the lead again, but give up another touchdown with 22 seconds left. Virginia leads 42-38 at the half. BYU -1 at the break, no good. Maryland -4 versus Indiana. They're up 10 after a late field goal, just over a minute to play. Then you have a roughing the passer, a 52-yard completion, and a touchdown from first and goal at the 8. The backdoor cover took all of 20 seconds. Terps win by only 3, -4 against Indiana. What do we have in the NFL for yesterday? Well, a couple stood out. Let's see. The Dolphins plus 14.5 against Buffalo. They were bet up from plus 13.5. It's 3-3 at halftime. It's 17-11 with 3:30 left. It's a wire-to-wire job for Miami, except the Bills kick a field goal, the Dolphins throw a pick, and the Bills punch in the touchdown with just over a minute left to win by 15. And that wasn't a great result for the books either. That game landed in the middle on 15. And, of course, we had a fun total yesterday as well. Some coaches up 41-6 with less than 2 minutes to play will go for it on 4th and 4. Try to get the first down, take a knee. Not Nick Sirianni. He kicked the 41-yard field goal instead to increase the lead to 44-6. Of course, the total was 48.5. That meaningless field goal was very meaningful for totals bettors. Game goes over instead of staying under. Comes to bad bets. A couple of bad ones on Saturday. Arizona State, all the money came on the Sun Devils off their bye week, up to -16.5. Wazoo now with 6 straight covers. They won outright in Tempe, wire to wire. It wasn't even a game. Arizona State, wrong. Bad bet. It was a bad spot for Oklahoma State against Kansas. All the money came on Kansas. Okie State -30.5 down to -28. Wasn't a bad spot for Kansas. They're just a bad team. 55-3, Oklahoma State final. In the NFL yesterday, a bunch of bad bets. I don't know if the Colts were a bad bet against the Titans. They could have blown them out early. They're up 14-0, had a chance to go up more. And then they shoot the field goal and missed a 4th down try, and they fumbled on an interception return. And then they lost in overtime when Wentz made too many mistakes. Colts pick them to -3 against the Titans. Those were all bad bets. The Browns got bet up -3 to -5 against Sunday with Baker playing. They lost outright. Are the Steelers in first place right now? Marco will tell us. Bengals -9, bet up to -11.5. They were the public play of the day yesterday. They actually led by 11 in the 4th and lost in regulation. Couldn't stop Mike White and the Jets. And, of course, the Vikings last night. They were bet from +2.5 in some spots at the open to -4 at the close. No Dak. Didn't matter. Cowboys won anyway. The Minnesota money was wrong. Bad bets. Bad for the books. Miami, Florida took all the money and won. Straight up at Pitt. The backup, Van Dyke's as good as the starter Derek King was. Hurricanes. Bad for the books. Everybody bet Georgia and under against Florida. Everybody cashed Georgia and under against Florida. That wasn't a great result for the house. In the NFL, a couple legit middles yesterday. There were +15.5s with Miami. It lands 15. And, of course, that was 14.5, 14, 13.5. So that landed in the middle. The LA Rams landed in the middle, -14.5 up to -16.5, lands 16. Of course, they led that game 38-0. Allowed 22 unanswered in garbage time, including an onside kick recovery. I certainly could have used that in bad beats. Note, that's going to be a very lying box score between the Rams and the Texans. All of Texans' yards and points came after they trailed 38-0. The Pats were playing prevent defense on the last drive. Belichick prevent defense, which means burn as much clock as you can. The Chargers-Patriots total got bet up from 47.5 to 50.5. And that final meaningless Chargers touchdown Means the game lands 51 cashed over bets. I was very happy with that one. And nobody bet the Bears against San Francisco. San Fran -3.5 up to -4.5. Niners shake off that sluggish first half to win by double digits. That, not a great result for the house either. So there you have it, Steve. Bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books. Back to you, my friend.